McDonald's.
What do you think sadder? If you have an email, heybabepod@gmail.com, email us. What's sadder? Eating McDonald's in the parking lot with your lady or eating McDonald's by yourself inside?
Oh, inside alone.
Inside alone. But
I'm not a guy that minds eating or going to the movies alone, though.
No, I know, but I'm just.
I don't mind it at all. As a matter of fact, many times I prefer it.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you're inside, because eating. Listen, you have eating a McDonald's inside alone. You have eating McDonald's in a parking lot with your lady. If you're eating McDonald's alone in a parking lot, that is the last night of your life. You've done that, and you've said, "This is my going out party."
I walked through a drive-through once and ordered McNuggets when I was drunk.
You legally can't do that, though.
They gave it to me.
But you legally can't, because I used to go to the McDonald's on Myrtle Avenue in Cooper and Glendale, and they said you can't do it. So we came with one of those scooters, wagons, like the red wagon, and I was sitting in the wagon, and they said, "Now we can give it to you because you're in a vehicle."
I came out of a nightclub in Queens, and I had been drinking, and I was a vegetarian for like 5 years, and
You were a vegetarian for 5 years?
7 years.
What?
7 years, yeah.
How does he say this 40 episodes in?
15 to 22, I was a vegetarian.
Not a piece of meat, fish, or chicken?
No.
What was your...
No.
Were you in good shape?
Fish, too.
Or were you eating a lot of cheese and
really.
breads?
Yeah, because it was... When I did it, I was 15, so, it was 92.
What was the reason?
Yeah, I got into animal cruelty stuff. Really, when I was 15, it was like there was like that whole movement. It was like this like meat is murder type of thing. Like it was grunge and just like all this like.
So what was a typical? But you eat pizza, you eat milk products and stuff and cheeses.
Yes, I did,
but not meat.
I wasn't.
So you weren't vegan.
No, I didn't have chicken, meat, fish.
7 years.
Yeah.
What was the first day like when you ate that piece of meat? And take us through why you did it. Because you went from saying murder's bad, we're murdering animals, to I'm eating them. You basically became a cannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first 2 meats I ate after the 7 years. The very first one was drunk going through the McDonald's drive-thru, and I ordered McNuggets.
So the first piece of meat you ate in 7 years was a chicken McNugget.
Yes.
That had to be bad for the bathroom.
I threw up everywhere.
Of course.
No, I didn't make it home. I threw up in the street.
Yeah, your body rejects that violently.
Yeah, I remember where it was. It was at a grass divider on a street.
Highland Boulevard?
No. It was in Queens.
Oh, it was in Queens.
It was
I'm sorry.
shortly there after the order.
Why were you there in Queens?
I went to a nightclub called Metropolis.
Metropolis?
Yeah.
They used to let people in with fake IDs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody
got stabbed in there and they shut it down.
It was straight up free beer until like 11 or midnight.
Yeah, Metropolis was crazy.
I think I told you a story about this before, because I threw a Skittle at that guy who was performing that song on stage and it hit him in the tooth. Mm-hmm. I felt really bad about it.
Did we say that on Hey Babe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That was at Metrop.
So that's the first time when you puke in Queens, and then when's the second? And then
second time was at home. I still lived at home.
How long after the first time?
It wasn't that long after I started eating meat again. Kind of like not.
What happened?
It was like I don't know what happened, man. I think that here's what happened. I think that I wasn't able to eat the right way, and then I started getting unhealthy, and then I didn't want to sacrifice like my inability to do it the right way for my health, and I kind of just grew out of it. I did it for 7 years, and I'm like, all right, because back then nothing was like on menus like it is now.
No.
Now you could be a vegan and eat in 20 places in the city.
Yeah.
There was no vegetarian options. Like even when you went to like McDonald's, you just had to get a cheese, no patty. Cheese.
The King's Arm Diner in Staten Island didn't have vegetarian options in 1992?
I'm sure you could order a non-meat option in a diner. But
I was kidding. I would just assume that,
I was hard. I was eating a lot of pasta, pizza. Shout out diners.
Shout out diners in
general.
Shout out
people in this food industry that are working 24 hours a day so someone can get a bite at any time.
Shout out the Mustard Seed Cafe in Staten Island that I went to recently. They have Nutella empanadas. So shout out the Mustard Seed Cafe.
Because that's where I want to go for my Nutella empanadas, the Mustard Seed Cafe.
Mustard Seed Cafe. There's a small white woman that makes them.
There's mixed messaging over there.
Yeah.
Come on down to the Mustard Seed Cafe for the best chocolate empanadas you can have. The other time was my stepmom had made spaghetti and meatballs.
Shout out stepmoms.
Out of and then there was leftovers in the fridge. And
you was just so
hungry.
Think
again, maybe I came home one night after having a little bit of a drink,
alcohol,
and I hit the meatballs, a couple of meatballs up, like whoa,
wow.
and I hadn't had a meatball in like 7 years. And after that, I was like, what am I doing? I'm missing like Sunday dinner.
Literally finding something out like that about you, that for 7 years you never ate meat, is like mind-blowing.
I didn't realize that it would be mind-blowing to you.
It's mind-blowing, and it's borderline, like, I don't want to say it's upsetting. It's the same thing that happened to me a couple of days ago. I was in Huntington Beach, California. We're doing shows at the Irvine Improv. Thanks for everyone that came out. Huntington Beach, and I posted a picture of me and the homeless pimp. I posted a video of me and the homeless pimp in Huntington Beach, and my first cousin was like, oh my God, Huntington Beach. She goes, I lived there for 10 years. And I was like, what? You're in my family. You're my first cousin.
Yeah.
You lived in Huntington Beach for 10 years. And then she was like, no, I didn't really live there. She was like, I would go there every summer and visit my father because I'm connected. She's my cousin through my father's sister, but she had gotten remarried. Her father then had gotten remarried. He's like, yeah, he's like, my father's new wife and kids and everything lived there. So I would always be in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did I not know this about you? All these times growing up, you never told me that you were in Southern California for the summers. I just didn't.
You got to drop one on me. What do you think? What's something we don't know? What's something we don't know about you that would blow balls?
Something you don't know?
Yeah.
What's something we don't know about you, Pimp?
Oh, jeez. I mean, I off the top, I don't know. I have no idea. I dropped out of middle school.
Middle?
That's crazy, right?
On your own accord?
It's actually illegal. His parents committed like a legitimate felony when he told me that.
I just hated everybody, and everyone's like a drug addict. So I just stopped going and pretended I was homeschooled. And you just fill out paperwork, and the state doesn't check on you.
He genuinely didn't even graduate 8th grade legally.
Your parents, I'm sorry, they didn't school you?
No.
But they let you leave?
Yeah.
But then on top of you leaving, didn't bridge the gap in the education?
No, and then I just took the entrance exam and got into high school.
What year did you drop out of middle?
End of 6th, beginning of 7th.
So for two school years, you didn't get educated?
That's crazy.
No, I just like read stuff about coding and video games. And
that's why he can do what he does.
Video games.
Wow.
Follow your dreams, kids. Drop out of 6th, 7th grade right now if you want to get into coding.
Yeah, this is parents, show your kids this.
Show your kids the way. That's
kind of
crazy,
wild,
right?
dude. Yeah. So I wonder what I learned in 7th and 8th that I might know that you didn't because you didn't.
Well, he can't spell. We know that.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, but that happens earlier. Did you also drop out of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd?
I just stopped paying attention. I just was not paying any attention.
Yeah, there's a guy I know.
But then you opted for high school.
Yeah, and I got a scholarship.
How crazy is that?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
To high school?
Yeah.
Because he was thinking outside the box.
Wow. You dropped out, then got a scholarship? That's like dunking on people.
Yeah.
Do you think that it is illegal? What is the legal ramifications? Should Pimp's parents be in jail is what I'm asking, because they didn't make him get through 8th grade. Is that child neglect?
Let's ask. Sound off in the comments. Hashtag jail them or hashtag free them.
Free them.
Free them or jail them.
Should homeless
weigh in? Sound off in the comments. Should his parents be in jail?
Should they be in prison? And if so, let's start the legal process to do that, and we'll have them on an episode as they're going to jail
on the Patreon,
on the page.
Don't be a fake. Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't hesitate to say, hey, babe. Hey, babe.